Hi traders, and welcome to our webinar today. My name is Nenad, and today we have a BPC trading breakout pullback continuation. So we will start first with a risk disclaimer as always, and then we will proceed to our breakout pullback continuation. So foreign exchange trading carries a high level of risk that is not suitable for all investors. Have in mind that leverage creates additional risk and loss exposure. Before you decide to trade Forex, please educate yourselves on the risks. Have in mind that everything you hear from me today is my personal opinion only. So today, again, we will go with our full breakout pullback continuation webinar where I will show you how to trade it effectively. On these web addresses, you can always sign up for more webinars and live trading. We have approximately 2 to 3 webinars each week, and I welcome you here to see how I trade, how I manage the risk, and you can always find a good education and educate yourself if you listen to our webinars. So before I start, as always, guys, have in mind that we trade, of course, a live account. I will show you this just a little bit later, a live account, and of course, I always follow and I always put my FX book open so you can actually see my results. It's manual trading, not expert advisor trading. Now we can actually start with today's agenda. It's breakouts, when to trade, breakout types, chart patterns, and pivot breakouts. We will talk about all of this, and please listen, this is very, very important for you, especially if you want to delve deeper into breakout trading. So I think that everything is clear, the sound is clear also, and definitely we can start with the breakout explanation. So if you have any questions, guys, you can ask me during the webinar, and I will answer when the webinar is finished. Okay, so breakout is what occurs when prices exceed previously determined support or resistance levels. It's important for you to know that because breakout will only happen if there is substantial momentum in the market. Without substantial momentum, you will not able to trade breakouts. Also, guys, long positions are triggered when prices move above resistance, while short positions are signaled when price drop below clearly defined level of support. So with breakouts, we are usually buying the resistance and we are usually selling the support. Breakouts on longer time frames create more significant changes, while breakouts on shorter time frames have more impact on day trading. So that is why we will focus on breakout pullback continuation, the pattern that will actually help you as a position or swing trader make better results. So with breakouts, guys, we need huge momentum, and usually with the breakouts on intraday time frames, we make fast profits. Then we also do scalping or retest trading. When you trade London Open, have in mind that it occurs only once per day, and London Open breakout is also a type of breakout that we try to exploit, and that the system for London breakout will be presented in one of our next webinars. We also do we also try to pick up stop grabber patterns. That is what I will teach you today. Then have in mind that New York Open is not that strong as London Open because the most renowned volume is actually in Forex market actually is in London session, during London session. And Tokyo Open volatility will also give you a nice breakout. So basically we have 3 chances to trade the breakouts, and have in mind that the best chance to trade breakouts is actually from trading London Open breakout. So that is the strongest possible breakout. Okay, guys, now also what is important is that we mentioned types of breakouts. Those are trigger happy trades, breakout retest, and breakout pullback continuation pattern. Trigger happy trade is done like a scalping trade. I will show you that. A breakout retest is a form of retest after a breakout, and breakout pullback continuation is actually a BPC pattern that is the most important for swing and positional traders. Now, this is what we call a trigger happy trade. So when a breakout happens, you take the trade immediately after the price breaks, in this example, lower support. Of course, if you trade other chart patterns, you can trigger happy, you can trade with any chart pattern. It doesn't matter. But this is an example of a flat bottom descending triangle. So trigger happy trades can be traded immediately after the price breaks lower support. And it usually happens by a few pips. Breakout retest pattern is taking the trade after the price breaks and then retests broken support. So in the first example, you would trade immediately after the price breaks the lower part of the triangle. In this example, you wait for the price to reach the flat top support, now resistance, and then when the price hits or comes very close to this resistance, retesting it, then you place your trade. It's important for you to know that this actually trade, sometimes these kind of trades will not happen because the price tends to, if it's a strong breakout, the price tends to break the lower support and proceed further down without any retests. In that, guys, if that happens, well, then you will miss a trade. But let's say that breakout retest can be maybe much better to trade than trigger happy, because after a retest, you just wait for one signal, one cue that the price will turn again. Usually it happens when the price changes color from blue to from blue to red, or from white to black. I will also show you this on chart. And finally, it's a breakout pullback continuation. So we have a breakout, then retest and continuation that happens after the price breaks breakout point. Okay, this might be, I don't see any questions, but I hope that you understand the logic of this. So breakout happens, price retests the breakout point, and then it proceeds below this breakout point that happened here. So basically, when this happens, guys, you enter a trade. So you enter at this point. Now let's see the chart. I will move the chart right here. Okay. So this is our chart, our platform. Here I will show you the type of a breakout trade. For example, we can pull out any chart. And let's see, this is inverted head and shoulders. So we will focus on this inverted head and shoulders pattern here. So you see how this is a left shoulder, this is head, this is right shoulder. I will zoom in and see what happened. The price breaks the head and shoulders, and it proceeds with huge momentum to the upside. Now, what happens basically? There is a breakout or so-called trigger happy trade here. So immediately when price breaks this trend line, you enter a trade. Now, a retest is close to this spot because this is a retest of this breakout. You see, this is a breakout trigger happy. We see a retest. Continuation happens exactly at this spot. So you see, this is head and shoulders inverted. Trigger happy trade is initiated here. Breakout retest is initiated here as soon as this candle starts to change color from black to white. That is the signal that this retest is successful. Of course, it won't be always successful, but most of the time, the change of the color of the candle, when price makes the change of color from black to white, you enter a trade. That means that the breakout was successful. And this is a retest, so breakout, retest. Continuation happens exactly at this spot. See? So breakout, pullback, continuation. Above the breakout point, there is a continuation trade. We can do also one more example. Let's see. We have the DAX index here. And let's see if we can spot a pattern. Okay, guys. So, yeah, I see W pattern here. W. form of this can also be Adam and Adam. You see, bullish. So trigger happy trade here, retest here. So immediately when this candle change the color from black to white, you enter the trade, and breakout pullback continuation would have happened if the price broke here. I mean, it happened here, but it was too far away. So if the price had broken this height in, let's say, next after the breakout, the next 24 hours, then it could be a breakout retest continuation. But there was no continuation until this point. Let's see if we can find one more example. I think this is pretty much clear. This is not a rocket science. Very, very basic and very, very effective, guys. I've been trading these breakouts also occasionally, and I like when these breakouts happen especially on higher time frames. We can do 4-hour time frame trading. Let's see the GBP dollar. Again, we see a form of head and shoulders here. Let's say rooftop, basically. This is a rooftop here. So trigger happy trade happens exactly at this point. This is trigger happy. Retest happens here. When price changes the color from white to black, you enter immediately. You don't wait for the candle to close. That signals a retest. Okay. And continuation trade is exactly at this spot. The low previous to a retest. So breakout, pullback, continuation here. So you see, I think that this tool you can add to your arsenal. It's pretty much clear, concise. You don't have to think twice. And usually it pays well if it's done on higher time frames. If you have any questions, guys, if it's unclear, feel free to ask me. Okay. Now, chart pattern breakouts. You can basically do trigger happy, breakout, retest, and breakout, pullback, continuation on any of these patterns. Triangles, wedges, flags, pennants, rectangles, head and shoulders, and inverted head and shoulders. So you can basically do breakout trading after the price breaks these chart patterns. How do you measure the strength of a breakout? So let's say that you have a standard, let's say, flag or pennant. In this example, we see a pennant. So basically, you add the flagpole to the distance of a breakout. So if the 150 pips is the pole or flagpole, when price breaks, you just add those 150 pips. Okay, and that's it. That is your target. So the target for breakouts, any of the breakouts, trigger happy, breakout, retest, breakout, pullback, continuation, is the break, and you can do with pivot points, or if it's a chart pattern like a pennant or let's say a flag, you add the flagpole distance like here. Same example is here. 100 pips is a flagpole. Breakout happens at this spot. This is where the 100 pips are, and you see breakout. There was no retest, only breakout, trigger happy, and the price hit the spot. Have in mind that trigger happy trades are the least secure because usually what happens? Usually the price tends to retest the breakout. So that is why very occasionally those breakout patterns are not well if trigger happy is not secured. What it means that if this is the full price projection and the price makes a breakout, after 10-15 pips, I tend to scale out, put the rest to break even, and see if I will ride so-called a free ride. Only then. Otherwise, you might get stopped out. Head and shoulders. Head, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Price breaks. You see the shoulder. Then there is a retest, continuation here. Okay. So breakout, retest, and continuation from this spot here. The low previous to retest. So this is basically, I will show you again. Shoulder, head, shoulder. 55 pips from the head to the shoulder. You add 55 pips. Breakout, trigger happy. retest when when the color changes from white to black, continuation below this spot. So in this example, we see that there was no valid BPC pattern, basically only breakout and retest. Here, for downward breakouts, this is the wedge, guys. Rising wedge is bearish pattern. Falling wedge is bullish pattern. So for downward breakouts, the lowest value in the pattern is the price target. So this is the lowest value. This is the breakout. Breakout, you see, guys, here. Breakout. This is retest. Okay. Color change signals the entry on a breakout retest, and continuation is here. So breakout, pullback, continuation below this spot. The low of this bullish candle, because that is the low, the lowest low after the price or before the price made a retest. So this is breakout, retest, continuation below this point. Here, breakout, retest, continuation above this point here. Breakout, retest, continuation here. Okay, so that is how you do it. Regarding pivot point breakouts, you can also trade. I, for example, use Camarilla pivots, and you can also use Camarilla pivots. So trigger happy trades, breakout, retest, and continuation patterns. You can also do with Camarilla pivots. This is my chart, and for example, what I do here is I go to indicators list, go to Camarilla Pro. Okay, and here is actually I will show you, mode current, show all. So all of the important Camarilla pivots are here. So I go to lower time frames, let's say 15 minutes, and see here, guys, when price breaks daily H4, it tends to hit daily H5. When price breaks daily L4, price tends to hit daily L5. These mid pivot points in between are possible targets. So this pivot point scalping actually is pivot point trading is actually a scalping in its core. So you don't do like standard pivot trading like you would trade other trend-based or counter-trend-based systems. Basically, with Camarilla, daily H4 signals a breakout towards daily H5. Daily L4 signals a breakout towards daily L5, but you need to have momentum. You can take targets anywhere from this spot, daily H4. So this is the entry. So daily HM4, HM5, or H5 are targets. You can take profit wherever you want to. That is the basic principle of pivot point trading. And of course, this is for Camarilla. For the other pivots, you can use mid pivots or quarterly pivot points. Okay. Now, guys, also what is important for this is for again, I'm reverting. I'm getting back to BPC trading. Breakout pullback trading is much better for swing traders than trigger happy. You need to know that BPC trading is done the best. It's always the best on higher time frames. So 4-hour time frame, let's say 1 hour or 4 hour. I'm talking from intraday to swing trader perspective. Sometimes you will notice that it happens also on daily time frame. Price doesn't always make pullback. So that means that this pattern, if it doesn't make a pullback, you will not have a possibility to trade it. Best opportunities for trading are on pivot points, flat triangles, wedges, and channels. So what it means is that if you see a pivot point like here, for example, we go to 1 hour chart, and let's say that we want to trade this one, breakout of weekly L4 towards weekly L5. You see, this was a breakout, weekly L4. Retest happened here. I will actually zoom in. Again, as I'm saying, this is swing trading. So this is basically for swing traders. Breakout, weekly L4. Retest, when price makes the first, this is also retest. The color change, you enter. So retest, and continuation is below this spot. So breakout, retest, entry on a retest, continuation, entry here. And usually if you want to trade breakouts, As I'm saying, you can do it on 1 hour, or you can also do it on 4 hour. But have in mind that for that you use weekly pivot points, camarillas. For lower time frames, such as 15-minute, you use daily pivot points. So this is very important for you guys to understand. This is the logic of this trading. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me. Have in mind that you can sign up on these web addresses. You can sign up for webinars, live trading, guys. Yesterday, for example, I will make a slide digression. We had a successful trade, Euro GBP long. I made it on a live account here, and I traded it live. So I hope that you made some pips. Price went 35 pips before making almost 40 pips before making a pullback after the Bank of England announcement. I took 30 pips. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed. This was again a Camarilla MACD pivot point explanation, but you can also do with your own pivot points, but it's a little bit different. I use Camarillas exclusively, but on chart patterns, as I showed, you can actually trade whichever pattern you want in the three forms: breakout, pullback, and continuation. I will open the slide once more so you will be able to see it. So again, guys, three types of breakout trading: trigger happy trade, breakout retest, and breakout pullback continuation. Breakout pullback continuation is usually the best for swing traders, but you can also do breakout retest on, let's say, 1 hour time frame. It's usually the best. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your comments, Marius. I wish you a great trading day. As always, guys, see you soon. Cheers and trade safe.